Salam and welcome back to Somali Dispatch, SomaliDispatch.com. My name is Abdi Kadir Gule. Somali North American Business and Professional Inc., better known as SNABPI, is a large network exclusively for Somali North American entrepreneurs and professionals. SNABPI was founded in 2017. They recently concluded their 2021 sold out conference in Minneapolis. To find out more about SNABPI and their achievements, I've contacted Amin Harun in Minneapolis. Harun is a professional lawyer and a SNABPI board member. Amin Harun, welcome to Somali Dispatch, and thank you for accepting our invitation. It would be great if you can start us off by explaining SNABPI and its origins and what its founders, wanted it to be.
So SNABPI is part of the SPN, which is the Somali Professionals Network. It came out of just Somali professionals seeing the need to connect and also to kind of showcase the Somali talent or Somali excellence, I might say. It started out in, I think, kind of originated from Australia. One of our founders went to Australia, a couple of them actually, attended an SPN conference in Australia back in 2017. When they were there, they had the light bulb moment where they said, you know what, why can't we do this back home? They came back, we organized the board, just individuals from the community that they thought would be able to help. And we created SNABPI, which is the Somali Business and Professionals Network.
Right. Thank you for that. Tell us a bit more about the structure of the organization. I understand you guys went pretty much global. Anywhere you go, your organization or your associates are hard at work in networking and all of that. So tell us a bit about the structure and how each area or region, functions.
I would say we're kind of like organically growing, where we individuals are just taking the initiative to come together to start their own city and host events. Initially, really, our aim was to just kind of see, the quantities and the depth of the Somali professionals in North America, specifically in the United States, and it kind of started like that. So we have a vibrant chapter in Minnesota. We also had a chapter in Ohio, another one in Seattle, and then one in Toronto. But because of COVID-19, things have been a bit slower because we couldn't maintain the networking events that we used to hold. And I mean, we started small, really. We started at local level, at least here in Minneapolis. We started at the local level where we had small venues and small meetings, and we keep attracting more. So once we created the Facebook page, SNABPI's Facebook page, the following just went on to be in the few hundreds at first. And then one time it just blew up to like 5,000 in one day. And then it kind of mushroomed from there. So now to the point where we have over 17,000 on the Facebook page as participants or people that are in the network. So we focused on kind of like a quarterly local events where local chapters can do their own quarterly events, from IT Expo to Health Expo to Business Expo to just the different events. Some geared towards students, kind of giving this young students who are aspiring to be in different professions an opportunity to interact with professionals who are already in those professionals and how to work, to showcasing entrepreneurs and businesses, to show those that are interested in creating businesses in what it takes, by inviting successful entrepreneurs and business owners to health professionals such as doctors and nurses and mental health professionals. So it was a way for us to really highlight the positives within the community, to connect those professionals, and also to kind of really test the waters and see how many professionals are out there and the kind of the quality of professionals.
Right. I actually follow SNABPI on Facebook, and I checked it over the weekend, and you guys are up to like 18,000 right now. which is great. I guess it's a bump from the conference that you guys just had, and I will ask you about that. Given the size of it, do you find it challenging in trying to coordinate, or having the board members to have to coordinate the work that's so essential that you guys are doing? Are there any challenges?
Of course, I mean, there are the distance is always a challenge. The times that we are in, the pandemic is a challenge. Obviously, but we are trying to be resilient, and through hard work and commitment, do it. This is We have a board that is completely voluntary. We also have volunteers that are happy to participate and are always willing to answer our call. So there are challenges, but it's an opportunity. We see it as an opportunity really to just connect and see what we can do and how far we can push.
Mm-hmm. So, you've described a fast networking opportunity among, associates of SNABPI, if you will. What are the core areas that I know you guys focus on business, but that could also have multiple faceted, ways of looking at business? What are the main focus ideas or items that SNABPI focuses on?
We focus on quite a number of different areas. First of all, it's not about a specific area, business or otherwise.
Okay.
It's about Somali professionals connecting. Right. So when we have on our platforms, if you are a medical doctor, you can find multitudes of medical doctors that are participating. If you are in IT, same way. If you are a teacher, you find teachers in there, and you can connect with them. So connecting the professionals themselves, so they can network, they can mentor each other, and they can kind of lean on each other for support. That's one. Number two, we want to give students and young people that are aspiring to be professionals opportunities to find mentors and individuals that are already successful in the areas that they are interested in. One thing that we are all aware of is that many of the Somali professionals were first generation college attendees, professionals from their families. So we have certain commitment and kind of attachment to fostering network for or mentorships for those that are in our shoes years back. So we are trying to also lift as we kind of climb scenario where we are trying to bring along the students. We often hold events at colleges and universities in our local areas, and that's intentional because we want to give students the opportunity. We also collaborate with them. We lean on them for volunteering opportunities, sometimes for venues because they are able to provide that for us. We also, because the students of today are the professionals literally of tomorrow. So we're also kind of, in a way, a natural recruiting way.
Right. SNABPI had a huge, as I referenced earlier, a huge conference in Minneapolis, and this being the first one after the last year's pandemic lockdown, I understand. Tell us a bit about the highlights of that conference. What kind of inspired you and jumped at you, or the highlights, if you will?
Again, the highlights was just I mean, listening to the speakers, to individuals who literally started from nothing to now leading organizations, multi-million-dollar organizations, to published writers, to award-winning journalists in the mainstream media in the United States. I mean, poets, storytellers. I mean, it was just it was an amazing weekend, from the Friday evening dinner to all-day Saturday conference to Sunday morning brunches. I mean, it was just an amazing all-around opportunity to network. And not only that, but students. There was a scholarship given that was given away at the conference. So to watch the students speak, how this is going to help them, and how that not only the amount of money that were given, but just the inspiration that they were inspired by the conference and by the attendees, and kind of the support they felt. So it was all around a wonderful event. I really can't put on my hand on one thing because there were so many things. You would leave one session and go to the next one, and you think that this is the best, and then you go to the next one, and it's just even better. So it was just tons of speakers and panels that we enjoyed.
Right, I understand this is focused. This SNABPI is pretty much dominated or focused towards a youth and first generation, as you alluded to and said. And as you know, our country of origin is I would say not a country, but the region of our region is Horn of Africa. So, and you know the kind of burls societies down there are facing, and a lot are placed on your shoulders. The youth like yourselves who are professionals. How and which ways are you connecting with Somalis in the Horn of Africa, and how is SNABPI actually in the Horn of Africa? Is there a thought about this? Is this an area of expansion in the near future? Maybe are you trying to establish connections, if you will, back in Horn of Africa?
Yes, I mean, our intention is to connect Somali professionals everywhere. Whether it is in the United States, Canada, Australia, Africa, Middle East. So we do have chapters, obviously, in Nairobi, the UAE, Europe, Australia, here in North America. But we also want to be hopefully able to hold it in East Africa in different places. At the end of the day, we are not specifically, talking about politics and things like that, but we're more focused on connecting professionals and making sure that we are raising the level of the number of professionals and the kind of like connect them so they can lean on each other, they can benefit from each other, and by fostering that interconnectedness, hopefully that, I mean, a lot of benefit would come through that for Somali professionals, whether they're back home or in the diaspora.
Right. I would emphasize, and I would implore you and your associates to think about the politics side of things. I think if Somalis need a hand anywhere in any subject, is the politics, and if there could be connections made with, as you know, there's a lot of politicians coming into the political arenas in the West. If there could be some sort of if you guys could be some sort of a liaison between those two to see, in 2021, politics have evolved to a place where we're currently not there, right? So I appreciate you accepting and coming on and sharing your expertise and knowledge about SNABPI to our audiences. I can't thank you enough, and I hope to talk to you in the future a lot more in these and other subjects as well. Amin, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for visiting our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top Somali related news in English by visiting us at somalidispatch.com. And you should also subscribe to our YouTube channel here to watch interviews with newsmakers. Thank you.